Hello everyone, it's Truds here, and today we've got another Destiny 2 build video. We've covered a ton of builds this season, with a lot of them being focused on the seasonal artifact mods and the new Warmind Cell mods, meaning that by proxy, the builds tend to be catered around mainly solar and arc builds due to the elemental lean of these mods. It's highly likely that next season there'll be a ton of void focus mods in the season's artifact, and therefore I've been getting back into some of my favourite void subclasses. So for this build we are mixing it up and moving to a very strong yet very fun void build. This one will turn you into an invisible self-healing warlock with high damage output for all levels of the game. It's probable that the basis of this build will be very strong with next season's mods, so it's definitely one to keep in mind. So there was a few options when I set out with this build, but to make warlocks go invisible there's only two real options. There's Blink, which is only for a brief moment whilst jumping and isn't everyone's favourite jump style, or there is the Rat King. Yep, the Rat King, the unloved rodent from Destiny 2 Vanilla. This exotic kinetic sidearm is key to this build for a number of reasons. Its intrinsic perk Rat Pack makes this sidearm full auto, and it gets increased damage when you're near other Rat King using allies, which stacks up to 6 times. This is a nice perk and the damage bonus is noticeable, especially at the higher stacks. But it's the intrinsic trait Vermin where the Rat King really comes into its own in this build. Reloading after a kill grants a brief period of invisibility. Now given the small mag size of Rat King, this trait is perfect for allowing you to reload, but it also plays into the healing aspect of the build too. Now if you have the catalyst unlocked, you'll get the bonus perk of Infestation, which grants bonus aim assist and stability, as well as granting health refresh on a Vermin reload. Now this really opens up the healing build, giving you a bit of leeway, but at 1000 Fireteam Rat King kills, this catalyst is a bit of a grind. However, this extra perk is not necessary in this void build, as there's a number of ways with mods and Warmind cells that we're using, turning this into the ultimate invisible void healer. So first up, the subclass we're going to be using is the Void Walker bottom tree Attunement of Hunger. Now there's a number of perks with this bottom tree which even in their basic form are great for warlock healing builds. First up, and the most potent piece of this whole subclass, is the melee ability Devour. Kills with this melee fully regenerate your health, further kills also regen health whilst under the Devour effect. This is a 10-second timer that gets refreshed on each additional kill by any weapon or ability thanks to the Insatiable perk, and it's perfect for keeping you at full health as you roll from encounter to encounter. Insatiable feeds into Devour by granting grenade energy too, which is vital for the next perk, Feed the Void. Feed the Void allows you to consume your grenade to regenerate your health. On doing so, it also triggers Devour. So to get health regen rolling here, either get a melee kill or consume your grenade and you're off to the races. Finally, the Vortex Nova Bomb Super will also grant Devour on kills too. This subclass is a favourite around the community and for obvious reasons, as it is just very strong on its own, as you can constantly feed yourself grenade energy and health regen in all activities. Now that would be the build done, but not here on this channel. Here we turn the build all the way up and max it out to turn you into the ultimate invisible healing warlock. First up, you'll either want to lean into discipline or strength mods to give a bump to the cooldown of your grenade or melee respectively, and then you'll either want to use the solar class item mod Bomber to reduce grenade cooldown when using your class ability, or the Arc Arm mod Impact Induction to reduce grenade cooldown when using a melee, or even the Solar Arm mod Momentum Transfer to reduce melee cooldown when causing grenade damage. All are very viable options to be honest, with Impact Induction possibly being the easiest to spec into given the Warmind Cell mods that we will be selecting too. All will work very well with this build as they complement separate parts and stages of it. So now we're going to mix in a few Warmind Cell mods to round out the build. There's a couple that will work, but the ones I'm leaning towards with this one are two of the Arc Affinity Warmind Cell mods that assist with the base healing style of this loadout. Obviously, Rat King isn't going to produce any Warmind Cells, so you'll need to pair it with either the CQC-12 or the 7th Seraph Saw to pump out Warmind Cell production when you feel the need for any extra damage output, especially on mages and bosses. First up, we've got Sheltering Energy. This Arc Affinity mod costs 5 energy and is a worthy armour mod. This one is great for this build as it will give you a bonus overshield when you collect a Warmind Cell. The overshield lasts for a nice 10 seconds too, which is very handy if you're in a sticky situation. Now to complement this build, the second Warmind Cell we're going for is the Strength of Rasputin. This Arc mod costs 2 energy and will grant melee energy when you collect a Warmind Cell. This is equivalent to 50% of your full melee, so it will get your Devour melee back in no time if you're struggling with the downtime of your melee ability. Now to further improve on this build, you could even use the Charge with Light mod Taking Charge and pair with it the Dawn Armour mod Heavy Handed. This armour mod will allow you to use the Charge with Light mod to regain half of your melee energy when you use a charged melee ability, which will consume 1 stack of Charge with Light. But you can also take advantage of the bonus perk, which while surrounded by multiple combatants, defeating a combatant with a fusion rifle, shotgun, sidearm or submachine gun adds ammo for that weapon to your reserves. And as we are using the sidearm, Rat King and the shotgun in this build, this perk fits in rather nicely to this build. Finally, we're going to add an exotic armour piece into this build. And there's a few obvious contenders for strong void builds with the likes of Nezarec Sin and Karnstein armlets as top picks usually. However, with a number of my builds, I like to go out left field very often, and so my pick with this build is Astrocyte Verse. Astrocyte Verse may raise your eyebrows as a strange choice. Don't worry, I get it, but we are playing into the invisible healer build and this one improves your void blink jump and therefore invisibility whilst blinking. It has the intrinsic perk Move to Survive, which allows you to blink further and more frequently. Weapon readies quickly out of blink and the radar remains up too. Now I know blink isn't everybody's favourite cup of tea and can be tough to use without practice, especially when there is any platforming sections, but Astrocyte Verse drastically improves the blink ability in all aspects of the game. It feels more fluid and the handling buff to weapons is nice in both PvE and PvP. Honestly, this build is just a lot of fun and is viable in endgame content such as dungeons like the Pit of Heresy, Nightfall Ordeals and even raids, as well as being super off meta in PvP, especially as sidearms are kind of in a good spot in the Crucible too. Hopefully we'll be able to revisit this build and expand upon it with void mods from next season's artifact, but even then this build will still be a great option, offering a unique playstyle to try out. Once again, thank you very much for the support on the channel lately. I'm really enjoying the interaction in the comment section with you all and even during the live chat of the YouTube premieres. We recently hit the 1000 subscriber mark on the channel, which is an absolutely huge milestone for me. It's a goal I didn't think I'd get to so quickly after restarting this one up, and it only seems like yesterday we hit 500 subs too. It's been an awesome ride, but it's only just getting started. On that, if you are new here, then please do hit the subscribe button. It's a free and easy way to support the channel and will keep you up to date with the latest builds. A rating down below is always helpful and is always greatly appreciated. As always, thank you very much for watching and I hope to see you next time.